On this edition of the Overtime, we look at NAU football's electric victory over the UC Davis Aggies on homecoming weekend. Next, a trip to Lumberjack Stadium for a glimpse at NAU women's soccer and their Big Sky Conference quarterfinals match. Then, NAU men's basketball opens their season against the defending national champions. Finally, a look into the Outdoor Adventure Center. All that and more on this edition of the Overtime. Hello, and welcome to the Overtime, Northern Arizona's only sports show. I'm your host, Tony Braca, and today I'm joined by sports reporter Adriana Sparks.
Thank you, Tony. I'm really excited to be here. Let's jump in. Last weekend, sports reporter Kai Terrace and I met at the Sky Dome to watch the Jacks battle the number 25 UC Davis Aggies for a winning record in the Big Sky Conference. Take a look.
After losing in front of a large crowd over family weekend, the NAU football team came back with something to prove homecoming weekend. This time, the Lumberjacks didn't disappoint, giving the home crowd plenty to cheer about in a 38-21 win over UC Davis.
This day, it's kind of a historic day in NAU history. You got the homecoming game. It's a great day. This tailgate's usually one of the more popular tailgates. People coming out showing their pride. It's pretty hard not to be a crowd supporting Lumberjack.
NAU's ability to capitalize on turnovers gave them the advantage, this being the first 3+ turnover game this season. Backup quarterback Angel Flores went in the second half and accounted for 3 touchdowns, 1 passing, 1 rushing, and 1 receiving.
We just knew we had to capitalize. Defense playing great all game and come away with those big takeaways, so we had to execute and go score.
The Lumberjacks have beaten ranked teams such as number 1 Montana, Weber, and now UC Davis. Coach Chris Ball hopes the success can carry over into their final 3 games.
It's something we got to get past. We got to handle the success. Success, we talk about all the time, can be just as versus failure. We got to learn to handle the success and put back-to-back wins together.
Coming off strong from a win and with new players emerging in stats, the Lumberjacks will need to fight hard against the 4-1 Montana State Bobcats, currently ranked 3rd in the Big Sky, this Saturday.
That's about us. We got to fix the mistakes that we made, and we got to put together a great game plan. It's a great football team we're going to go against, and it's a great place to play. It's an absolute great place to play, and we're really looking forward to it.
Kai Terrace, NAZ Sports.
The win against UC Davis makes this NAU's 4th win over a ranked opponent in the Big Sky. Now they head off to yet another ranked team's home turf tomorrow, where they will face off the number 8 ranked Montana State Bobcats. Speaking of NAU sports, on Wednesday, the NAU women's soccer team beat the Sacramento State Hornets 3-0 in their first big game of this Big Sky tournament. Tony, you were there. What do you have for us?
Yeah, Adriana, I've been following the team all season for the Lumberjack, and this past Wednesday, I was at their quarterfinals match as they zapped the Hornets. The Big Sky tournament kicked off with a bang for the Lumberjacks as they faced the 5th-seeded Sacramento State Hornets. The Hornets defeated the Lumberjacks 1-0 in Sacramento earlier this year, and NAU looked for revenge. The first half held shades of that previous match for the Lumberjacks as the Hornets' scheme held up and kept the first half scoreless.
We talked about, can we get in behind them quicker? Can we transition quicker in the second half? And the girls executed brilliantly, and I thought we put them on their heels probably most of the second half.
The second half was a different story as NAU exploded for 3 goals. The first, a penalty kick from Josie Novak, and 2 quick goals from Holly Hunter sealed the game for the Lumberjacks. Junior goalkeeper Trinity Corcoran stonewalled the Hornets at every opportunity throughout the match and earned a shutout.
Trinity, we always ask, just keep us in games, Trin. Just keep us in games. She did that last year. She's done it this year in key moments of some games that maybe we're not playing as great. I thought she did really well under some big-time pressure in that first half.
The Lumberjacks will now take on the number 1 seeded Montana Grizzlies. This match offers another chance at redemption for the Lumberjacks as they lost 2-1 at home to the Grizzlies in their final home game of the regular season.
Obviously, we always want to focus on achieving our goals, and our goal is to make it to the NCAA tournament, but we have a really good team ahead of us, and we're looking forward to that game.
Tony Braca, NAZ Sports.
NAU men's basketball will get their season started officially this Monday night against the defending national champions, the UConn Huskies. Sports reporter James Gillis made it out to practice to check out the team.
After a storybook run in the Big Sky tournament back in March, a new NAU men's basketball team faces a tough task to start the year, as the Lumberjacks will travel to Storrs, Connecticut to take on the defending national champion, UConn Huskies. But despite the obstacles ahead, head coach Shane Burkar says that his team is ready for the challenge.
We get to open up at the defending national champ. No NAU men's basketball team has ever done that. Last year we opened up Michigan State. First time NAU men's basketball been in a Big Ten venue. So for us, the mindset to go and play against a national champion on opening night, the night they're hanging a banner, is to kind of keep us motivated.
One player feeling the motivation is sophomore guard Oakland Fort, who will be taking over as the starting point guard this season.
It's unreal, to be honest. They went all the way last year. We've been talking about them for a minute now. We know where we're going for that first game, and it's UConn, and they won it last year. That has nothing to do with the season that we're going to have this year. It has nothing to do with the game that we're going to play against when we go up there. But again, it's another blessing that we have. It's a great opportunity.
As for what fans should expect this season,
we're going to fight night in, night out, day in, day out. Whatever time we play, whoever we're playing, we're going to play as hard as we can. We're going to fight, and it's going to be a great season for sure.
You can catch NAU's season opener against the Huskies at 4:30 Monday, November 6th on the Varsity Sports Network. James Gillis, NAZ Sports.
I actually got to see that magical NAU run in person last year in Boise, and I'm very excited to see what they're going to do in the Big Sky Conference this season.
Boise sounds like a lot of fun. I might have to join you this year. We're going to head into a quick break, but when we return, we're taking a look into NAU's Outdoor Adventure Center. Stick around.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? But now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back to the Overtime. Sports reporter Ashley Hinchy took a brief trip over to the HLC to take a look at the Outdoor Adventure Center, a program that helps students to forge their own exciting experiences throughout northern Arizona. Take a look.
Through the Outdoor Adventure Center in the HLC, NAU students, faculty, and staff can go on guided trips and rent out equipment for their own adventures. The trips are located in Arizona, Colorado, Utah, and sometimes California, and can last from 1 day to 5 nights. Outdoor Adventures manager, Devin Dorn, says the center offers a wide variety of gear, ranging from water sports to winter sports.
We have a whole menu that you can look through. We rent anything from regular camping gear, such as tents and sleeping bags, all the way to paddleboards, kayaks, and for even this upcoming winter, we do rent snowshoes as well.
Dorn provided a sneak peek into trips for the next spring semester.
And they will include Colorado River rafting in the Grand Canyon. They will also include trips such as like horseback riding in Phoenix and pepper sauce cave camping down in Tucson. Other trips such as mountain biking, rock climbing, backpacking. We're doing an awesome backpacking trip in Bears Ears, Utah, which is a very hard permit to obtain. So yeah, we have some awesome stuff planned for the spring.
Lizzie Pattison, who is a warehouse attendant as well as a student river guide, facilitates trips and prepares equipment for rentals. Pattison describes how these trips are more than just cool photos, but provide students the opportunity to de-stress and spend some time with nature.
It can also bring the community together. Doing things like camping and going on hiking trips and going on climbing trips really you solidify your relationships with people, so you get to make connections with other people and then also relieve stress in the outdoors and kind of sign off and be present.
Ashley Hinchy, NAZ Sports.
I might have to try out that Colorado River rafting. We're going to head into a quick break, but stick around, because when we come back, we'll be hearing from our weekend reporter, Megan Triplett, about what's happening this weekend in northern Arizona sports.
How prepared is your family if a wildfire shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or an earthquake? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
you'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza. Yes.
Make a plan today.
You wouldn't let money just blow out of your house. So when your AC or heater is on, make sure the doors, windows, and fireplace flue are shut tight. If you're headed out, turn down the AC or lower the heat by 10 degrees. And always keep your water heater set at 120. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. Get more great tips at energysaver.gov.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this and I will take that ride home.
Welcome back to the Overtime. My name is Megan Triplett, and I'll be your preview reporter tonight talking about all things sports in northern Arizona. First up, we have Flagstaff High School competing against crosstown rival Coconino High. This is a long-standing rivalry. Coconino has won the past 6 meetings, including a controversial 82-0 win last year. This game will determine if Coconino can clinch a playoff spot. Be sure to catch that game tonight at 7 p.m. in the Sky Dome. Our very own reporters are broadcasting the game on CAF Sports Network on NFHS with a pregame show starting at 5 p.m. Next up, with collegiate sports, we have NAU women's soccer, who've been busy hosting the Big Sky Championships this week. The Lumberjacks beat Sacramento State Wednesday night 3-0. They will now take on the Montana in the semifinals, who currently lead the Big Sky with the 7 wins and 1 tie. Be sure to tune in after that game after us on ESPN Plus at 6 p.m. That's all I have for you today. I hope you stay warm as the colder seasons are approaching. Tony and Adriana, thanks for having me. Until next time.
Thanks, Megan. And thank you all for joining us for this edition of The Overtime. I would like to thank our sports reporters, Kai Terrace, James Gillis, and my co-host, Adriana Sparks. I'm Tony Braca, and we'll see you next Friday at 6:15 for the next edition of The Overtime.
I think